My name is Petunia Mdluli. Good morning and win today. My name is Petunia Mdluli. I am a South African citizen and I'm a 24-year-old student who studies at the Tshwane University of Technology. I am studying software engineering, also known as software development. Today I am here to give my testimony, and it is about the deliverance that I received on the 9th of February 2022. Jesus. Which is about a month ago. So on that day, the 9th of February, in the morning, I received an email from my institution informing me that I was academically excluded, meaning that I would no longer be able to study with them any further. And this was caused by me failing 2 subjects twice. So they had to exclude me, and it meant that they no longer needed me at the institution. 2 minutes later, another email came in saying that instead of excluding me from the school, they were going to put me on probation, meaning that I'd have to pass these 2 subjects before the probation would be lifted. And if I do not pass them, I'm going to be academically excluded. And that would actually mean that I would no longer be able to pursue my career of becoming a software developer or a software engineer. And I'd have to look for something else to do, maybe find a job or anything else. So after receiving these 2 emails, I was very frustrated. I started panicking. I had a lot of anxiety. I did not know what to say or what to do. I did not know how to react to the situation until I remembered that on my phone I had evangelist God's Time Ada's number on my phone, and he had a WhatsApp number. And I remember that I once saw on YouTube that my dad was watching the Sunday before that. I once saw that a woman was being delivered through the WhatsApp call, and she received her deliverance, and then she came back and she testified. So I was like, this is my time. This is what I need to do. I need to hear what God is saying about this situation. I need a way out, because I do not want to leave school. Yes, I have failed and I've repeated the subjects twice, but I did not want to leave the school. I needed to try my best so that I can graduate. So I contacted the evangelist, and they replied within a few minutes, and he asked me where I was from, my name, and what my prayer request was. I proceeded to tell him my name and where I was from, and also what my prayer request was. What I requested for was for my academics to go well for this year, for me not to be kicked out of the school, and deliverance in my life, because I just felt like I was stuck at the moment. Nothing was moving. I was being academically excluded, and I was not even sure if the funding scheme that funds my studies would continue this year, because I have been in school for 4 years. It's my 5th year this year. So I just needed a prayer. I just needed a deliverance throughout my entire life. He then asked me if I was ready for prayer. I said yes, I was. He then said I should prepare myself, and he's going to prepare himself for the prayer. And when God said that it was time for him to pray for me, he was going to contact me, so I should stay close to my phone, and that he's going to call me soon. After talking to him on WhatsApp, I started feeling a weird sensation in my body. I felt hot. My knees were weak. I was breathing heavily. So I decided to lie on my bed. I did not tell my parents or anyone that I was actually talking to the evangelist during that time. So I was lying on my bed. I was weak. I felt as if something in me was moving. Something was pushing my chest. My hands were even sweating. So I just lied on my bed, and then my hands started shaking as if something was on my fingers or anything like that. So after that, I think it was 20 minutes later, the evangelist called me and he said that it's time for prayer. Before he prayed for me, he asked me what I meant by things are not going well at school. So I told him. He asked me if I was studying enough, and I said yes. He then advised me to not only study my books, but to actually go further into other things, do my own research, learn more about what I'm studying. And he then said that I should not do what the youth is doing right now, going out to parties, taking naked pictures and all those things. He advised me on all those things, and he said that I should remain consistent in who I am. I should be comfortable in how God made me. I should love myself because God also loves me the way that I am. I should not change because the world is changing. I should not move with the wind. I should not follow crowds, but I should be consistent and also content in who I am and who God has actually created me to be. After that, he then started to pray for me. As he was praying for me, I fell on my knees and I felt the same weird sensation again. I felt heat all over my body. I was asked to call on to the blood of Jesus. I was asked to call on to Jesus to come and save me, to come rescue me and to deliver me. As I was saying Jesus, the third time I said it, I fell on my knees, and from there a lot happened. I just remember hearing something talking through me and I was rolling on the floor. I remember even hitting my head really hard, and after a while I woke up and I was on the floor, and the evangelist was asking me how I was, and I told him that I felt light. I felt as if like I should cry because something has moved out of me. I felt lighter. I felt as if God had come to rescue me. I felt more hope. 2 weeks later, I was able to register at school successfully. Yes, I am still on probation, but I'm also being assisted by my university or my institution. They had assisted someone to help me with my studies. They have assisted a psychologist to help me to complete my studies and also to lift off the probation. And the funding scheme that has been funding my studies for the past 4 years has also been funding me. It had actually continued to fund me, even though I failed the 2 subjects, of which it is said that if you fail any modules or you fail more than 50% of your modules, they don't fund you, but they funded me. I'm actually being funded right now, and they're paying for my school fees. I also found a student accommodation where I get to stay with other students so that we can help each other study. I feel as if God is still to do more, because better is not good enough. The best is yet to come. I'd like to thank the evangelist for actually ministering prayer upon my life and for the deliverance. I'd like to thank Jesus for being a part of my life and for loving me. I'm so happy and I am so grateful that I actually found the roadmap to Jesus. It has actually given me hope, and the prayers that we get every morning, or the links to the YouTube channel that we get every morning, they are also really helpful. So I'd like to thank Jesus Christ for my life, for my deliverance, for my academics, for the funding scheme that I have that is actually still supporting my studies and paying for my school fees. God is great in every aspect of our lives, and a child of God who is content in who they are.